We'll get to that in a moment. I'm glad you asked. I think we're ready to graph this. We have all the information we need right now.
How'd you graph it on a calculator?
Okay, that's good, and that'll help. Graphing the calculator is good to double check. But,
Yes.
may I erase this, and does everyone have
Yes.
all this information?
Yes.
You may erase.
Okay, thank you. Now,
Shut up.
shut it.
Man,
Are you all right?
Yes.
Excellent.
What?
Okay, guys.
You don't know? Why not? Oh, snap. Why?
9:30.
Okay, I've erased some of these numbers, so I'm counting on you now.
Haha, you erased the numbers in your
I'm counting.
I have a question.
Don't get the sex humor from Sesame Street. Now, okay, guys. Shh. Now we're gonna graph it, but tell me, from what x value, what range of x values do I need? What range of y values do I need?
Out of 10.
Pardon? Which one should I?
Well, for y, it's -9
I know those were both x values. What x values do I need? What y values do I need?
Negative.
More specific.
This isn't working. And the x.
What's the lowest or highest y value I have? Positive or negative, Sade? Negative. So I better go down to about -40. Does that make sense? Okay, we know the vertex goes down to -38 point something, 38.125, I believe. So I better make sure the y-axis goes down to -40.
Can you graph it on the computer?
Now we're gonna use my hand.
What?
I can, but we're not gonna.
I'll do it on the calculator.
Okay, so here's what I need. Okay, calculator, what's your window settings gonna be?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, guys, listen
What's
to
your
this.
window setting for the
Put the
graph?
calculators down for a second, Amanda. Okay, Mimi. All right. Your calculator defaults to a window setting of, it shows you on your graphs from -10 to 10 on the x-axis and from -10 to 10 on the y-axis. If you pull a brand new calculator out of the box, that's what it'll show you.
The scale is, you mean the
And the scale, and each one of these is one unit. Now, will that show all the parts of this parabola that we need it to?
No.
Okay, your calculator cannot automatically set your window setting for you. Actually, there's a couple buttons you can push where it'll try, but they don't always work consistently. And you need to know, it's much faster to know it on your own. So once again, think about the points we found. We found a vertex, okay, that was down at -38.125. We found a y-intercept of -35. Will that show up on a graph that only goes down to -10?
Wait, what do you mean by window
No.
setting?
The window
how
setting-
big it's gonna be?
The window setting is how much of the graph your calculator shows. Your calculator will only show these x values and these y values unless you change it, which you can
I
do.
think it's 40.
That's excellent. Okay.
20?
Now,
40.
I won't show you.
how much of quadrants 1 and 2, the positive quadrants, do we need for this graph?
Do you change scale?
Put the calculator down for a minute. Okay, just stop with the calculator. You're trying to learn two things at once. Okay? How much of the positive quadrants, 1 and 2, do you need? What's the highest x number we have? Did we find any points that were like positive xy? Look at the points we found
Where?
on your notes.
There's not a single one. No.
Not a single one. So we really don't need anything from quadrant 1 or 2, do we?
Nope. Nope.
Okay?
Oh, wait, but...
Now, look at what I've written up here. All the points in quadrant 1,
Are we supposed to write them yet?
I want you to think about this one. If writing this down will help, do so in a minute. But you guys are a little, I didn't realize I need to explain a little more about how the quadrants work, so I'm going to try and do that very quickly. All the points in quadrant 1 are positive x and positive y numbers, right? That sound familiar?
I see what you're saying.
Okay. You know, if I have 5, 5, I know that's in quadrant 1. All the points in quadrant 2 have negative x values and positive y values. All the points down here in quadrant 3 have negative x values and negative y values. And all the points here in quadrant 4 have positive x values and negative y values. Look at the points we found in your notes. What quadrants do I need to emphasize in my graph? Where did I find lots of negative x, negative y's? Did I find lots of positive x, positive y's?
So it's
Quadrant
2.
three.
So that quadrant right there.
Negative, negative, yeah. So my graph should show a ton of quadrant 3.
Oh, we got the work puzzle.
Okay? So I hardly need, now, Sade, you started to say this correctly. What's the biggest x value I found anywhere in an x coordinate?
Make the graph bigger, like huge.
I'm going to make the final graph huge, yeah. Which one? Negative 9.36. So on the x coordinate, I only need to go out to negative 10. Did we find any positive x coordinates?
No.
No. So I really just need my graph to show quadrant 3. To refer back to what Emma did, this is a good example.
What is line
Not so much. It's a little less clear. Okay.
Let's refer.
Let's see. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my x-axis way up here. This one will be freehand. I suggest you use rulers, and if I had a yardstick, I'd be using it. But
I have a question.
yes, Amanda.
Oh my god. The calculator.
Wow.
Wow, that's terrible. Okay, Amanda, I'm not going to answer a calculator question right now. Okay?
That was really
I so need a yardstick, or someone with a steadier hand than me to come up here.
Can I
try
try
that?
that?
Why don't you shoot?
not.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's
Try taking
right.
medicine.
No,
Yeah, sure.
That's all right.
That's a
All
matter.
right, we're going to live with that. Now,
No, I don't like it.
Okay. see, okay.
That's
Now,
the one.
I need this to go out to negative 10, and I'm going to try and make these units, do these units carefully. You guys will use graph paper on your own. So there's my negative 5. Okay, that's about the neatest I've ever made the units. Now down here, I need to go to about negative 40. So, for some reason it's harder for me vertically. That should be negative 20. That should be negative 10. Keep cutting it in halves and I do okay. There's negative 35.
Wait, are you taking it by fives or
I'm sorry?
are you making it by fives or by tens?
You know what I do, Jordan? I was going to share this trick with you, but I wanted to kind of work it out a little bit. But if you guys are using a ruler, you shouldn't need it. The first thing I did, Jordan, is I figured out I needed 40.
Or the kind.
Okay? Because my lowest y value was negative 38.125. And then, Jordan, I took the negative 40, and I'm pretty good at seeing where to cut something in half. So I cut that in half to get negative 20. Then I cut that in half to get negative 10.
You
That
forgot
in
the
half to get
negative
negative
on
5.
the 15.
Pardon?
Forgot the negative on the 15.
I did forget the negative on the 15. Thank you, Amanda.
You're welcome.
So now I've gone in and filled in the 5s.
I don't know what you're doing. Okay.
I don't
You
like
see,
that
don't
either.
know.
So
That's why you pay attention.
I will not answer calculator questions yet.
What page?